Hey, Queen City Gaming fans, welcome back, folks. So today, guys, we are looking into the Breaker Tribe. Alright, so, it's Mr. Breaker, where you at? It's this guy. The guy with, like, the cowl over his head. Alright, so, breaking down the house. So, add 1 to the damage inflicted by each successful attack made by friendly Man-Crusher Gargan units. The targeted unit that is part of a garrison or is wholly on or within a terrain feature. So, pretty cool little ability. In addition, at the end of the combat phase, you can pick 1 terrain feature within 3 inches of a friendly Man-Crusher Gargan unit and roll a dice. Add the number of models in that unit to the roll. On a 7+, the terrain feature is reduced to rubble. All of its scenery rules are displaced, and the deadly scenery rule and its keywords are changed to scenery rubble. In that unit to the roll. So basically, you just get a bunch of Gargants and they go and push stuff over it. Pretty cool. Alright, fierce, and it's also the counter to all these terrain rolls. Oh, hey, you're Ossiarch Bone Reapers? I'm gonna just push over this obelisk. Oh, hey, that's a nice lone shrine, and it's gone. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, Fierce Loathing. When you pick a Breaker Tribe army, you can choose or roll for 1 ability from the Fierce Loathing table. The ability applies to friendly Gatebreaker Mega Gargants and friendly Man-Crusher Gargant units. Alright, so Fierce Loathing, Bossy Pants, and Clever Clogs. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by units with this ability that target a hero. Okay, Idiots with Fangs. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks. Basically, you're adding 1 to hit rolls for attacks with all different types of stuff in here. So like 20+ models, certain save, War Machine monster, hero wizard. So all different types of bonuses you can get. Alright. So picking a Breaker Trap army, you can choose a roll for 1 ability. And it basically, so this applies to every Gatebreaker Mega Gargant and Man Crusher Gargant, which is a pretty cool little thing. So command traits, as far as it goes, you kind of have the standard ones, but like Smasher, when this unit's general smashes down, or this general's smash down ability, you can reroll the dice roll that determines if the terrain feature is turned into rubble. That's just kind of a fun one. So Extremely Bitter. You can choose or roll for 2 abilities from the Fierce Loathing table for your army instead of 1. If you randomly generate the second, roll again if it is the same as the first. So that's not bad at all, really. All right. And Sees Red. When the general is within 9 inches of a terrain feature that can have a garrison, when you look up the value of the general's damage table, they are treated as if they have suffered 0 wounds. That's pretty good too, because this is like the anti-KO army. Like, oh, hey, you drop this ironclad in front of me, I'm just going to run up and just turbo murder everything. Alright, so for the artifacts of power, Enchanted Portcullis. Roll a dice for each time you locate a wound or mortal wound to the bearer. On a 6, the wound is negated. Not bad. So the Great Rekka. The unmodified hit roll for an attack made with the bearer's Fort Crush of Flail is 6. Inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to any normal damage. In addition, when you use the bearer's Smashdown ability, you can add 1 to the dice roll that determines if the terrain feature is reduced to rubble. That's pretty good. Right, and then the Kingslaughter Cowl. You can reroll wound rolls of 1 for attacks made by the bearer that target a hero. In addition, you can reroll wound rolls for attacks made by the bearer that target a general. That's not bad either. So let's flip ahead. Do I have any? No, they don't have any Warscroll battalions. Alright, so let's look into the Gatecrusher Mega Gargant. So 35 wounds, move starts at 12, goes to 8, 4 up save, 7 bravery. So he has Hurled Boulders, which starts at 18 inches, goes to 6 inches, 1 attack, 3 to hit, 2 to wound, 3 rend, 4 damage. Pretty gross. Alright, and then the melee weapons, the Almighty Stomp. 2 attacks, 3 to hit, 3 to wound, -2 rend, D3 damage, which is pretty good. Death Grip, 3 inches, 1 attack, 3 to hit, 2 to wound, 3 rend, D6 damage. And Fort Crusher Flail, which is 3-inch range. Starts at 10 attacks, goes down to 5. 4-inch or 4s to hit. Gross. That should be. I wish that was a 3. 3s to wound. 3 rend. Ugh. 3 damage. Gross. Really good. All right. So, as far as abilities, it has Almighty Stomp. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 for the Almighty Stomp attack unless the target is a monster. Pretty good. Crushing Charge. Basically, when you charge in on a 2+, you do D3 mortal wounds if it is a monster, or D6 mortal wounds if it's not a monster. Death Grip. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for the Death Grip unless against monsters. Longshank. You ignore models that have a wound characteristics of 10 or less, and terrain features that are 4 inches or less in height, and you have to end your move more than 3 inches away from enemy models. So Smash Down. Add 1 to the damage inflicted by each successful attack made by this model that targets a unit that is part of a garrison or is wholly on or within a terrain feature. Pretty good. In addition, right, at the end of the combat phase, you can pick 1 terrain feature within 3 inches of the model and roll a dice. If the roll is equal to or greater than the Smash Down value on this model's damage table, the terrain feature is reduced to rubble. Gross. So it has like that same ability that your Man Crusher Gargans get, except this guy does it on a 2+. Oh, gross. Alright, Sons of Behemat. Basically, you don't instantly die from spells, you just suffer D6 mortal wounds. Terror, subtract 1 from Bravery. And Timber, you fall over and do mortal wounds onto stuff, just like all the other Mecha Gargants. So, this guy is super cool. I could see him in a bunch of different armies. I think he's going to work really well in a Death army. Especially, I find it hilarious that he is the reason, or he is the counter to all this terrain you're seeing with armies. Well, I'm going to just run up and roll a 2 up and murder it. That's hilarious. I love it. Between this one and probably the Kraken Eater would probably be my 2 favorite mercenaries. I like this guy because he's like such a buffer to all the Man Crusher Gargants. But guys, overall, this is a super cool little book. Now, they don't have any battalions, so it's going to be really hard for you to get a second artifact. So you have to be really, really careful about that. But overall, guys, a fantastic book with some fantastic Mega Gargants, and these models are amazing if you haven't seen them. But guys, that's my read-through. That's the Sons of Behemat. Thank you for joining us for this 3-part series, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Queen City Gaming, signing out, folks.